log in for the first time, I'll be presented with my account summary. So I can see I need to update my logo here. I need to update my company name. A few other things as well. I need to update my avatar. I can see here, so I'm the one that created the subscription, so I'm the administrator of the account. You can see all my information here. I can see the subscription type that I have, which is agency, when it will expire, auto renew, and if I want to close my account. So I can see everything in here is fine, and any payments that I make through my subscription, the receipts will appear over here on the left hand side. So the first thing I want to do is I want to go to the admin dashboard. Okay, so going to the admin dashboard, I'll see all this demo data. This demo data is just installed with every new application. So here I can see the 6 different versions of Clientrol's retainers or plans. So the first one is bundle, ongoing, prepaid, unlimited, time, and recurring. So these are all displayed on my dashboard just simply for demo purposes. So I can see over here on the left hand side, you can see my dashboard, which is what I'm in now. I can see my requests. All my requests will appear here. Messages, any communications between me and my client, will all appear here as well. Projects, tasks, notes, milestones, which are the 3 key areas. Then files and calendar as well are underneath projects. I can see plans, the hours, currencies, and any transactions. And importantly, I can see my clients. Now here I've got my demo clients installed, so what I'll do in a moment, I will show you how to set up a new client. And the new feature of agency is having managers. So what managers can be internal staff within the agency, or they can be external subs or subcontractors or a different agency as well. Basically, managers work together on a project or a client. So when you create a client, you can add managers to that client. So those managers will have access to the client's requests, tasks, projects, and messages. You can also set up restrictions, so you can restrict what each manager can see. But it does give you an all-in-one resource that you can see what all your managers are doing at any one time. You have the settings tab, and you've got the request forms, which are underneath settings. Okay, so I'm just going to go back to the dashboard for a moment. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to set up a manager. So here I've got this client, bundled client. I'll just create a new client, I may as well. Let's go to client, create a new one. Just going to call it ABC Limited. I can put in the address. Select a country. Okay, so the first thing here is it's asking me for a primary contact. So it's the primary contact of ABC Limited. The person that I assign to the primary contact will be the person who receives all the notifications. So they will receive when a request is made, or is updated, or a project is added, or any tasks are open and closed. Basically, all notifications for the client ABC Limited will be sent to the primary contact. This primary contact will also have access to the client dashboard, which we'll explore in another video, and they will be the one who can submit requests through the client dashboard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new contact anyway. Just going to call John. Give John a username. I can give him whatever I want. John ABC. Password. And an email address. Okay, so I'm just going to save that. So now that contact is created, and I can see John is now the primary contact. I can also add other contacts if I wish, but I will need to create them in the contact section. So when you're creating a client for the first time, and you're adding your primary contact there. Now I can add a manager if I like, but I'm just going to leave that blank for the moment. The manager status here, so what this manager status is, if I add a manager to ABC Limited, if I set the manager status to off, it means that whenever a manager is logged in and they update their status to working or available, ABC Limited will not be able to see the status. Okay, if I leave it on, it means that ABC Limited and John and any other contacts for ABC Limited will be able to see the managers and their status. So this is important if you're working with a subcontractor and you don't want ABC Limited to see the subcontractor logged in or working. You would just set it to off. I can select the client logo and upload it here, and I can also make this client a favorite. By making them a favorite, they will appear on the home dashboard in the widget style grid. So I'm just going to select that to yes. The plan type over here on the right hand side, so I can select one of the plans. For this client, I'm going to select them to be prepaid, and their hourly rate is €50 an hour. I'm going to add in tax as well, and then the time left. So at the moment they're 00, but I'm going to put in about 20 hours. The request form, they've just got the default request form for the moment. Okay, so it looks good. Just click save and close. So that's ABC Limited there now. If I go back to the dashboard, I can see ABC Limited are right here. So their plan is prepaid. They've got 20 hours in their account. No tasks have been created and no projects have been created either. Okay, so that's all fine. So what I want to do is I want to create a manager though for ABC Limited. As I said, the manager can be someone internal or external. So the manager is going to be one of our team, and her name is Amy. So with Amy, I'm going to give her a username that she can log in, password, and her email. So I'm going to select the client. It's going to be ABC Limited. I can choose an avatar for Amy, but she can do this herself later on. And this is email notify, so this is if she's going to be notified by email for any updates, tasks, requests or milestones. It's basically turning on or off notifications for Amy. Her initial status is going to be available, working or invisible. I'm just going to leave it available for the moment. At all times, the admin can always override what a manager's status is as well by logging into the manager tab. Over here on the right hand side, we can see the permissions that Amy has. So she can access requests, and she can create and edit, which means she can open and close requests, and the same for messages as well, but I don't want her to receive any messages, so I'm just going to select that to be no. Projects, yes, I do want her accessing, and I do want her creating them as well. When you access projects, you obviously have the ability to access and create tasks. So I'm just going to save all that for the moment. Select that to no. Okay, so that's Amy created, and she's now added on to ABC Limited. So ABC Limited, the client here, now has Amy working as a manager. Okay, looks good so far, so we want to add someone else. I'm going to add an external company here for a moment. So this external company, they're going to be a design company based in Berlin. So it's called Design by Berlin. Create a username. Create a password. Their email address is info@designbyberlin.co. I'm going to select them to ABC Limited. Now over here, I don't want them to see requests. I don't want them to have access to messages, but I do want them to have access to projects and create tasks as well. The initial status, I'm just going to leave it as available as well. By the way, whenever I create a new manager, the email address that you add here, they will receive, once this is created, they will receive a notification that they've been added as a manager and their login credentials included as well. So I'm just going to close out of that. Whoops, passwords did not match there for a moment. Sorry, just fix that. Okay, we should be good. Okay, so now I have Design by Berlin and Amy. They're the two managers who are now going to be working for this for this client, ABC Limited. Okay, great. So what I want to do now is I just want to show you what it's like when one of these managers are logged into the system. So what we're going to do is we're going to log in as Amy. For this, I'm just going to create a new tab. I'm actually going to create a new private window. It's probably the easiest way to do it. So I'm going to log in as Amy. So this is Amy logging into her control panel as such and her dashboard. I'm just going to put them side by side for the moment, just so you can see how it works exactly when the managers are logged into the system and what access and what they can view whenever they log in. So a moment. So check the URL. Sorry, one moment, I just need to log in as the correct address. Okay. Okay, sorry about that. So now I'm logged into. So this is Amy. So I'm just going to give you a quick overview of how a manager looks. So we're just going to put this down for a moment. So this is the dashboard that Amy can see. So she can see she's got access to requests, projects, and clients as well. She can see them all down on the left hand side. So with requests, there's no request in the system yet. Projects she can access here, and clients she can access here as well. She can also update her status, so if she goes to status and selects working, we'll just do that for example, and I'll just save that. So now if I go back here, and as the administrator, if I just reload the page, I will see now that Amy's online and she's working. I can also see that she's online over here on the left hand side, and her last login is just now. So that's great. So now what I can do is I can assign, well, what we'll do is we'll create a project first. Create a project, ABC Limited, and we'll say new website. And what I'll do is create the managers here as Amy and Design by Berlin. So what I want to do is I'll just set the deadline next week, for example, category web design. And what I will do is I'll leave the project is obviously open, calculate time, yeah, okay, we'll calculate time and I'll put in 10 hours on this project, for example. Okay, so I'm just going to save and close all that. So now we can see that this is the new project. It's all set up and ready to go. Go back to the dashboard. You can see the project is here as well. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to look, if I go back to Amy's dashboard, here I can see she now has access to the project here as well. Okay, so now it's a case of pretty much what you're going to do with assigning stuff around. So as the admin, I'm here. I'm creating a new task, and this task will be set up acquire for demo website. So this is the new website here, so everything looks good. Client contact is fine. This task is, yeah, it's open. We're just going to leave everything alone like that for the moment. Okay, so now the task is set up. So in Amy's dashboard, she can go in here, select task, you can see the wireframe set up like that as well. Okay, so that's pretty much how Amy would access her dashboard. She can go into projects, select a new project, go into tasks and see all the tasks assigned there as well. So in the next video I will show you how to manage requests.